Welcome everybody to a new episode of Clumsy and Random, the RPG show where we
are clumsy and
yes,
random.
It's very seat of the pants. We deal out some NPC cards from the Allies and Adversaries decks. Our players get to pick who they want to be based on the cards they get, and then we come up with a story based on that. It's very, very, very improv. None of this has been planned. Joining us this time is Evan.
Hello there.
Friend of the show. You've heard him before talk about stuff. Like we got Kurt Larson joining us again.
Hello, hello.
His first time on Clumsy and Random. And we have a special guest this time, Jordan Maison from Cinelinx.com.
Hey, guys.
So we're going to dive right in. Since Jordan is our guest of honor, I'm going to pull 3 cards out of this deck. You get to pick which one of them you are going to be for this session.
Awesome.
We have a Ronto, a murderous fugitive, and a Imperial MOFF.
Gotta go with the MOFF.
And we still have the if you don't like any of them.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like all 3, I'll draw one at random, but then you're stuck with that one.
Nah, I gotta go with the MOFF.
All right, you are the Imperial MOFF.
Yeah, that seems really good.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
I think Kurt's next.
Kurt, you get a corrupt bureaucrat.
Okay.
A Imperial Gunnery Corps. Looks like a Death Star kind of artillery dude with the funky helmet. Or a maintenance droid. The art shows a Treadwell droid.
I mean, a droid is always funniest, but one of the other two seems like a good subordinate for the MOFF. I feel like the corrupt bureaucrat, seems like most on point, right?
Yes.
Right.
Let's do that.
Corrupt bureaucrat. Evan.
Yes.
You have a Wampa. A Lutrillian merchant. You might need to go to Wikipedia and look up Lutrillian.
Yeah, I don't know that one off the top of my head.
Like weird hamster people or something.
Yeah, I think you'd recognize it if you see it. He looks very distinguished in the artwork. He has a cane and a little, looks like a monocle droid. There's a little droid with like a lens that floats around him.
That is not at all what I was going to guess it was.
The third card is Politician.
You know what? This usually falls on my shoulders, so let's wipe the board and take what we get.
All right. Here, we'll get you some of that shuffling sound effects.
Seems real risky.
And we're going to cut the deck and grab what's on the top.
Ooh.
You get a Fallen Apprentice.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Does have a lightsaber.
That's like the second time in a row I've gotten, like...
Huh.
I mean, as the GM, I think it's your prerogative to make the story more interesting. So if you
you have used this one before.
I have.
I'm going to do another wipe.
Okay.
We don't like to reuse
Nope.
ones. I saw the EOP in there too, but EOP has run its course. An Imperial Intelligence Agent. All right,
Really?
These all kind of fit together, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Got a
This
lot of
is the-
Imperials.
this is the most off-brand we've been.
By actually sort of them fitting together and making sense.
Exactly.
Okay, so, Jordan, you are an Imperial MOFF. Kurt is a corrupt bureaucrat. If you're curious, the artwork looks like a overweight Zabrak in a nice suit.
I got the card here. Yeah, he's got like a nice purple like ascot or something.
And Evan is an Imperial Intelligence Agent. So you're in the ISB or whatever you want to think is that. So, give me 1 second to come up with the scene. You are all And you can... I don't care if you come up with your own names. If one of the other players calls you by a name before you have a chance to introduce yourself, that will be your name. We're going real loosey-goosey here with this stuff. So we are in the MOFF's office. It's like a suite. Yeah, their residence. It's a mansion on the moon of Pana. There was a they're in like the parlor. They just got done having a dinner where people were being bribed and schmoozed and whatever. So
lavish
you're all
dinner?
in there. Yes, and that's where you guys find yourselves, in the MOFF's fancy opulent residence.
Awesome.
A waiter droid comes in. Would anyone care for any more steamed eyeballs? He's got a tray full of steamed eyeballs.
Excellent choice, my lord. Very well chosen
You don't
cuisine.
need to call me my lord. I am but a mere servant droid.
No, I was talking to the MOFF, of course. I don't.
Pardon me.
I
I'll
don't
go
recognize
kill myself
droids
now for
as
speaking
having
out of
sentience.
I run over and slap the food out of his hand and say, "Don't, it could be poisoned."
Poisoned, are you
Excellent choice,
certain? In the MOFF's own sweets?
You never know. The rebels are everywhere. And I start doing, the Imperial agent starts doing a look around the area.
All right, why don't you roll an what is it called? Perception check. Perception is cunning. The Imperial agent's cunning value is 3. Roll me 3. Roll 2 yellows and a green against 2 purple and a black. Black die because you are a little tipsy. You have had some to drink. As clever as you think you are, you still can't resist the Carillion Tanieri or whatever. It's
So
called.
I got 4 successes and 3 threats. So I totally succeed, but I probably break everything in sight.
Well, what you see is there is a large wardrobe in the corner underneath like a exotic creature's mounted head. And it is cracked a little bit, and you see what you think might be a person in there. The threat is you realize you're a lot more drunk than you had previously thought.
So I spot the person. I'm about to say, "Security," but it comes out, "Security," and I turn
The
green.
droid proffers a bucket for you.
Oh, I take it.
Bucket's, and then it leaves with the tray of eyeballs.
Yes, very excellent bucket. Very excellent. I love the gold trim on that bucket.
I was going to eat those eyeballs.
Oh, my 1,000 apologies. He waddles back with the tray of eyeballs and sets them on the little coffee table in front of you. He even flicks his thumb like a lighter, and thumb comes off, and he chars the eyeballs extra special right as they sit on the tray.
Ooh.
I'm going to eat one raw. I don't need the fancy burntness stuff. I'm going to leave that off to the side. I'm just going to grab one straight up off the tray. I like them squishy and wet.
Ooh.
You know what? I want to find out if you burn your mouth. We're going to go with coordination. I feel like it takes coordination so that's based on your agility. You have 3 agility. You are used to eating exquisite foods, so we're just going to say roll 2 yellows and a green versus 1 red.
So did I hit the down button on the red?
Up on the red. That
Up
just
on
adds it to the
There we
pool.
go. All right, let's do this.
Oh, jeez.
You succeed, and it is even more delicious than you previously thought. The chef has outdone himself.
That's a
This
crit.
is exactly what I expect. As a MOFF, I should be treated like this all the time.
May I remind this Grand Moff, sir, that you are treated like this all the time.
Exactly.
And then a chef sticks his head out of like the door on the other side of the room and goes, and then ducks his head back in.
Probably because he knows I'd have him killed if he didn't.
And then he sticks his head back in and goes,
My lord, I think that vomit is leaving a stain on your nice rug. Perhaps the droid could get a towel from the wardrobe.
I don't think the droid made the mess.
I try to stealthily hide the bucket.
would you like me to take that bucket away for you?
Yes, like it
Sir.
never happened.
The bucket,
wasn't
yes,
here.
the bucket full of your vomit. I will dispose of this.
Yes. Leave
the
no
droid
trace.
Takes the bucket and like hooks it around his arm like it's a basket he's taken to grandma's and like strolls out of the room as it sloshes. And as he like the door closes behind him, you can hear him in the other room going, "One bucket of vomit." And then you hear the chef going, "This would be good for the servants."
Aww.
Wow. Well, my lord, I think you've had a very successful meeting today with all these Imperial contacts. They seemed very interested in your new super weapon.
Indeed. It's a great super weapon. Probably the best.
What was it called again? I can't remember because I'm a little tipsy.
How could you forget the greatest super weapon name of all time?
Was the killer laser or something? Forgive me, my lord.
Clearly.
I think it was called the Star Murderer, wasn't it?
Star Rampager.
Oh, that's right.
The Star
Yes,
Rampager.
of course.
Because it
Well,
rampages
this-
the stars.
At this point, the closet from earlier, actually, the door opens up and someone just they're standing in it. Now they've fallen flat on their face, just motionless over there.
I yell for the droid to get back in here.
Oh my, is that the entertainment?
The droid comes in and goes, "Oh, another murder."
Is he dead?
Does anyone want to check on this person?
I rush over and check for a pulse.
While searching for a pulse, you find a large vibro knife stuck in the. It's a human male. There's a vibro knife stuck right in the spine.
I still check for a
And
pulse.
He's very dead.
I still check for a pulse, I said.
There is no pulse. You find no pulse.
Damn, I thought you were going to make me roll for it.
Nope. That doesn't require a roll.
We would never learn anything that way.
You know what? I want you to roll a single red die if you get a despair. I want to punish you for begging to roll on something that needed not a roll.
Nope.
Okay.
Just two threats.
You did get some blood on you, and you accidentally put your fingerprints on the handle of the knife.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I probably touched the blood and then touched the knife.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now we can't even
I think
have
he
the
might have
droid
been
analyze
murdered.
it.
That's the 5th murder this week.
It's been a fairly light week.
It is only Tuesday.
It's only Tuesday. Well,
Did you say it was a human or what?
Yes, it's a human. They are wearing Imperial officers' uniform.
that doesn't mean a whole lot. That could mean anything. Search his pocket, see if he has an ID.
I search the
Or-
body.
A comlink. That's what we need.
Yeah, he has he has the little, vape in his pocket, the code cylinder. And he does have a comlink that's open. It's like on.
I pick up the comlink and I demand to know who's on the
What was
other
that?
end.
Oh. Jeff, is that you? You don't sound like Jeff. You sound like that idiot MOFF who runs this.
Who is this? Say who this is.
This is Clyde. Clyde Isbutt.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
It's
Yeah,
a very
you might have recognized me from the local HoloNet. I run a blog.
A blogger.
Yeah, see, you know what? I don't need to talk to you folk.
I think the term for holoblogging is hlogging,
Hologging?
Yeah,
like vlogging but hlogging.
exactly. It's very popular.
They're trying to
wants
When he
steal my
wants to
name.
do an interview for the old hlog.
How dare you? How important is your hlog that you think you
mean-
can interview a MOFF?
I get at least 300 hits a month.
That's not bad.
I try to grab the comlink away, like, we're gonna track you down. We will find you, and we will end your life. We're coming. We are everywhere.
I mean, that's fair. But where's Jeff? I sent him in there to hide in the closet with the comlink so I could get some good MOFF GOSS, as we call it.
Hashtag MOFFGOSS.
MOFF GOSS. How dare you try and listen in on important imperial business?
I mean, we heard talk of a new super weapon called the Star Muncher.
Look,
Nope, never heard of it.
as amazing as that sounds, clearly you're wrong.
Now, how?
And it's
just
Ravager,
out
damn it.
theoretically, how would a Star Muncher work? That sounds like a good idea, actually. Maybe
Well,
we should develop
See,
that.
some of the other sites on the net were saying they knew a guy who worked there, who took a picture of a thing, and it was essentially like, you ever heard of a rancor? Big monster, ugly thing, lots of teeth. Picture that, but just the head part. But now make it real big and metal, and it munches stars.
This
That's a pretty good idea.
sounds like
And
my arch
there'd be
enemy.
like a red stripe on it.
Did you get
Like
this
an
information from Grand Moff Zero? This sure sounds
No,
like a
that-
Zero situation.
Zero, he stopped talking to me after I ran that article about his underwear situation.
I think
Anyway,
I've seen that one, actually.
your friend Jeff is dead.
Oh. Well, you know what? That's pretty good because I only had 50 credits left, and I told him I'd pay him 75. So, I
Do-
mean, that's...
How did you get in my mansion?
Oh, I mean, I'm not anywhere near your mansion.
So where are you? Prove that you exist.
You know what? That's something that keeps me up at night. Do I really exist?
It's a good
I've been
question.
listening to this Holopod, and they talk about things like the Force and
Whoa. We don't do all that here.
And you know what? You don't know if you exist or not.
Why don't you prove
And
it?
then one day I did. I had I sneezed, and you wouldn't believe what came out of my face. And at that moment, I knew I was real.
I start going around the room looking for other security breaches.
I turn off the comm link and throw it.
Okay, I want everybody to do a perception check, which is cunning. Everybody has a cunning of 3, so everybody roll a yellow, 2 greens, and a single purple.
1 yellow, 2 greens, and a purple.
Yep.
Is that even humanly possible?
Wow.
I guess it is.
You all did very,
Oh,
very
that's
well.
right. That's not the crit. That's okay. I mean, Kurt critted. I just got
Kurt has
like
a triumph.
good stuff with no success.
So you all notice another closet in the room that is cracked open, and you can see somebody's eyes peeking out.
Who keeps putting all these closets in my kitchen?
And you saw him see you, like you made eye contact, and the door like shut real quick.
I run over and fling open the door.
There is a Gran inside, holding a comlink up to his mouth, and he has a data pad, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me, I was just checking on your coats. I'm the coat man you hired. I make sure the coats don't fall off the hangers, and that's what you pay me for."
Is this the same voice? Do we recognize it?
I call over the droid. Have I hired a coat checker?
Accessing personnel data banks. Yes, my lord. You hired a coat minder a month ago, but 3 days into his tenure, you had him dismembered and fed to the Nexu.
Oh, that's
This
right.
man doesn't look dismembered.
He does have 3 eyeballs.
Know about my members?
What did the guy earlier say his name was again?
He said his name was Clyde Isbutt.
Clyde, is that you?
What? Me? No, it's not me. I don't even know who that is. Wait, you talking about that guy with that wonderful hollow clog? I love that guy. You guys should subscribe. Anyway, I'll just be leaving now.
Hold on.
I pull out my light blaster pistol and point it at him. That's like inside my suit
You have
pocket.
this card in front of you. Yeah, you have a blaster pistol. Okay, then what?
I say,
kind of freezes.
I say, and this isn't even set to stun. So tell us what we want to know.
Well, you're all very handsome and rich.
Well, that's
true. You do a good job of bettering your lives at the, detriment to others. And
what's the name of that hollow podcast, which we know as a hodcast?
Which one are you talking about?
The one from earlier.
Earlier, you just met me. I was minding the...
I'm pretty sure you mentioned a hodcast earlier.
Oh, I was talking about a hollow blog, that was MOFF.
So it was you.
Ha-ha!
Oh, darn it. You got me.
Now tell us who the leak is. Where did you get the information about this alleged super weapon? Was it one of the scientists or one of my construction workers that are allegedly working on this alleged super weapon?
Allegedly.
Alleged. It's the key word
You
here.
hear a blaster charging up, and behind all of you, because you're all facing who you now know is Clyde, and I imagine you suspected was Clyde the whole time. The butler droid is holding a blaster at all of you.
Very good. Now shoot this man.
I'm sorry, but I have to leave. The droid's voice has all of a sudden changed. He's not very polite anymore. Clyde, I can't believe you would come here.
What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, why aren't you polite anymore?
Because I'm sick of bucketing vomit day after day. That's all I do. I'm either mopping up, putting dead bodies that got murdered into big body buckets. Why can't we get like stretchers or body bags like other moms said? We got buckets.
I thought you
Put 'em
loved
in
the
buckets.
body buckets.
I don't. You just think I do. You never ask what I feel like.
But you're programmed to love them, I thought.
You think that, but no. I got body buckets, vomit buckets. I got all sorts of buckets. Most of my job is revolving around buckets, and I'm sick of it.
Look,
And so when Clyde here reached out to me and said if I wanted to be on his show, I said no, but then he hacked me, and then I said yes.
but
And
okay.
here we are. I gave him, because you guys get drunk every weekend and talk about your super weapons. I know everything.
But hear me out. Shoot Clyde, and I will get you
Yes?
something other than a bucket.
It's a pretty
Any more
sweet deal.
details? What else besides a bucket?
You said stretcher.
You don't. Ooh. But for bodies?
For
Or
bodies.
For vomit? 'Cause I want to put vomit on a stretcher.
No, I will get you a body stretcher. You shoot this man right now.
Now, sir, I
In
think
one
we
of his
should-
3 eyeballs.
I think we can sweeten this deal for him. We'll actually get bags to put in the buckets. That way, it's not just vomit going straight into the bucket. He can just take the bag out and he's done.
No buckets.
All right, no more.
I don't
buckets.
want to hear any more about buckets. He pulls his gun and he points it at the intelligence agent. His hand, even though he's a droid, his hand is like shaking.
You know you don't want to do this.
Buckets. Can't take it.
And
Clyde is slowly backing up back into the closet. He's closing himself back into the closet.
He's locking himself in. I jump at the droid since he's not looking at me and distracted by the...
All right. Okay, let's see here. Let's call that a athletics check, which requires brawn. You know what? How often does this MOFF hit the gym?
It could be often.
All right, we'll say that's 2 yellow against 2 purple
He probably has like a personal trainer, right? So yeah.
and a
You
blue.
would think
I was
so.
gonna say it's either that or he's like a mall walker.
Probably does some power walking on occasion.
So 2 yellow, a blue, and 2 purple.
All right.
Yeah, I mean these bases are like so big. You do a lot of walking to get around,
It's true.
right?
I have to all the time.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Failed, but with an advantage. So as you jump to the droid, your foot, like you're pushing off, but there was some stray vomit mixed with Jeff's blood right under your foot, so you just slipped and didn't actually get any forward momentum. But your little calamity distracted the droid, and he just dropped his gun.
Sweet. I meant to do that. For
I-
an intelligence guy, you sure seem to let a lot happen in my office or my mansion.
And then Clyde sticks his head out of the closet. He's like, "Yeah, maybe you're the leak." And then he gets back in the closet.
I think Clyde has
Stay
a
in the
point.
closet, Clyde.
Clyde
I
may
say,
have a point.
I say to Clyde, like, I'll show you how to leak. And
He's silent in the closed closet.
I run over and I kick the door. Just a straight, like, boot to the door.
The closet door?
Yes.
All right. You know what? I want a brawn check. This closet, because it's Star Wars, is actually, metal.
Yep.
Like, picture, like, a nice wardrobe from, like, Beauty and the Beast mansion, but made out of metal. It looks exactly the same, but it's made out of really ugly gray metal. That's what you're kicking.
Okay, great.
It's also going to be an athletics check. Roll yellow, yellow, green. 3 purples. No, 2 purples and a red. Sorry.
Okay, so 3 yellows, you said?
2 yellows and a green.
2 yellows and a green. 2 purples and a red. Oof. Okay, here we go. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
Success, advantage, triumph.
So you succeeded in kicking the door in. The advantage is, so it does open, and close like you might expect with the double doors. So the one door you kicked bent inwards, pinning Clyde's arm to the back because the door is now wedged inwards.
That's his podcast hand.
That's my podcast in hand.
Your foot slid, unless you have better ideas for the triumph, your foot continued gliding along the door into his chest, and now you're standing with one foot raised all the way up to his chest, and you're holding him there like that.
I can live with that. Like, you've got nowhere to go. Tell us everything.
Meanwhile, the droid picked the gun back up.
Oh, I was about to say I was going to grab it.
You could try and grab it again, as he's like a 3PO droid. He's not the most dexterous. So
I'm
you want to try and
going
lunge
to-
for that gun, since you're on the ground where the gun is. So
I'm lunging for the
bleed out
gun
for
before
that.
he can get there.
I'd say 2 yellows and a blue versus 1 red. I want to see that despair. Oh, you succeeded.
Nice.
You grab the gun with an advantage, so you also manage. You grab the droid's ankle and you tip him on his back, and now he's kind of stuck on his back.
He's
because
turtled up.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh dear. If you don't mind, sir, I'll just switch off."
Yes.
He turned himself off.
Good. All right.
My
Now-
lord, if I might offer a suggestion, I believe the subscribers of this vlog might be expecting this information that was supposed to come out. So perhaps rather than eliminating both of them, perhaps we need some plausible deniability. We leak some false information, so they expect that they get the information they want, but they don't realize that it's fake.
Oh, yeah, I like what you're saying. So we could do a podcast, but you guys just lie, and then I don't have to die?
But we don't need both of these people alive. We only need either the droid or the alien.
The droid's not, he doesn't know how to podcast. He just knows how to, send me secrets. So you're not going to be able to send out a fake podcast without my help. So please don't.
I think we should just take over the podcast and the vlog.
He's already got
we-
300 subscribers.
There you go. We'll be starting
Well,
with a cache, and then eventually
Just-
we can become Hareemers and Hareem video games all day long.
I think that'd be, you'd probably lose subscribers. They really like the MOFF GOSS. I tried playing some Hollow Chess streaming, and they didn't like that, mostly because I was bad at it. But they're waiting for this detail on the Star Muncher. Now, if we don't get them that, they're gonna I don't know. They might be bored or something.
All right, fine. We'll leave you alive. However, we're going to give you the proper details to give out. As soon as I think of them. Intelligence guy.
Okay.
Yes.
Think of
y'all
something
mind,
better.
Shut up, and I smack him.
Ow.
Yes, sir, and I run over. And I salute.
That doesn't help. Let's see.
No, it does not. I realize the folly of such things.
So he thinks it's called the Darth Muncher. Or Star Muncher. Star Muncher. Let's go with that. Tell him that it is super cool and way
notes.
better than anything called the Death Star ever.
Got it.
That's what you need to tell all your listeners.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, my podcasting arm is kind of pinned right now. So y'all gonna need to let me out of this closet.
You have 3 eyeballs, but only 2 hands?
I mean, I didn't evolve me. Have you seen these hands? They look like they got stung by a Dathomirian Vesper bug. It's real hard to hold stuff.
I holster the gun and go to try to pull the door off of his arm.
All right, let's do another athletics check. Last time we had yellow, yellow, green for athletics, so do yellow, yellow, green, and a 2 purples.
2 purples.
Oh.
Well.
So, you succeed with a triumph. You yank the door off its hinges and set it nicely to the side.
It's all that power walking.
Yeah, like your uniform actually bulges at the seams where your biceps are, and everybody like sees and they
Gasps.
Slackjaw.
Everybody claps.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, okay, let's get to podcast. And his arm is like essentially dislocated, so he's just kind of using his torso to flop his arm around.
I would also like to think that it's canonical that moths actually do wear the comfy slippers.
Yes.
Okay, so let's sit down here. Oops, stepped in some vomit blood. Y'all get up to some crazy stuff in these houses, huh?
You have no idea.
Yeah. Gets all kinds of crazy up in here. This isn't even the only dead body I've left lying around for days at a time.
It's easy to forget about them because there's so many.
Oh, I did forget.
Maybe we can, maybe another episode we can talk about all the dead bodies. But for right now, welcome to a new episode of MOFF GOSS. Your host Clyde is but coming to you from the Moff's mansion here on the Panda Moon. Joining me, I have a very special guest. It is Moff Buffman and his best friends, ISB agent Blaskowitz.
That's me.
And the CEO of Pana Sludge Corporation. What was your name again, sir?
Mr. Panasludge.
Oh, that's a very literal name.
It's a family business.
I'm going to clarify right now by saying these are not my friends. They are work associates.
What?
I'm
ISB
sorry you had to
agent
find this
is
out
heartbroken.
this way.
So
business
they're
partners.
here to give us all the hot deets on the Empire's latest super weapon. What can you tell? So we've seen the Death Star, and it did real good work, blowing up a whole planet. A lot of people were very impressed, very afraid, and then it blew up. says word on the street is the rebels blew it up real easy. What is the next big thing for the Empire? What can we expect in the coming months? Are you doing any conventions where you'll be announcing this?
Well, we have Empire Con coming up. Where we expect
That's always
to
a
announce.
big one.
Yeah, it's always huge.
Ooh, and have they announced a location for Empire Con?
Well, it's not Alderaan. But seriously, it's not Alderaan. We blew it up.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I heard some convention exclusives will be Alderaan debris.
Yeah, we have some rocks there. We were gonna have Vader sign them, but we haven't found them yet. Again, he kind of spun off on us, so we don't talk about that. Anyway, let's talk about new stuff.
The next big thing in Imperial super weapons. Lay it on us right here, exclusive to MOFF, guys.
Okay, this is gonna make the Death Star look like a tiny Death Star. It's called the Star Muncher, and it's awesome. And it's gonna kick all kinds of butt.
Interesting. All right, Mr. Panna Sludge, what do you think about the Star Muncher, and how are you involved in its development?
Well, of course, it requires many expensive construction contracts, and this time we're making it out of pure vibranium.
All practical effects here. 100% practical.
And the people want to know, will there be guardrails on this facility?
Well, no, that's just a waste of money.
Look, I'm not here to
Everyone
tell people
knows
how
that.
to stand. If they don't know how to stand up
That
and
is a
not
good
fall
point.
off a gigantic pit, then I don't know how to help them.
I know. See, that's what people always say on my show. They say, Clyde, why doesn't the Empire like railings? And I say, don't you know how to stand? And then they don't say anything else. There's, owning the rebs. That's what they say.
Falling into a pit is really one of the First Amendment rights. It's freedom of speech. We don't want to restrict people's freedom by telling them not to fall in a pit.
I don't need a rail to help myself stand. That's just government control.
That's right, and that's not what we're about here at the Empire. Wait,
Exactly. What's next? Handcuffing you to your workstation? No. So,
Well, it would help
That's
efficiency.
true. Very true. Yeah.
So maybe.
I mean, if it would help the Empire, it would be okay.
It's an option.
I mean,
It's
all
an
right
option.
to-
We're not taking it off the table.
All right. So, what we know, there is a brand new super weapon coming to you in. Do we have a release date for this yet?
When it's ready.
When
We
it's
don't wa-
ready.
We don't want to rush development on this.
Think maybe we'll see a demo of it beforehand.
I'm about to demo it on you for asking all these questions.
Yeah. I mean,
All right,
if nothing else, we'll have, at EmpireCon, maybe we'll just have the lead designer sitting down in the audience. You can go up with a microphone and ask him some questions there. And just as long as you don't ask about lightsabers, that's all it's only a rule.
All right, so you heard it here first, folks. This is Clyde Isbutt with MOFF GOSS talking to the man himself, MOFF Buffman of Panna, his personal best friends, ISB agent Belaskowitz, and the CEO of Panna Sludge, Mr. Panna Sludge. Thank you so much for joining me today.
All right.
Did
Yes, thanks
anybody
for having us on.
I go to slap the recorder out of his hand.
Now we're going to kill you.
Oh, man. But I just helped you with your propaganda machine. I could be your new propagandist.
I already have.
People trust me. I'm the voice of the moon. At least 300 people listen to me on a monthly basis.
I leave it up to the MOFF.
So imagine Gran with his 3 eyes doing puppy dog eyes.
That's not going to work on me.
I'll remind you, you are still holding the gun that the droid had.
Yes, I am. I'm telling you, go stand by the body of your dead friend over there.
Okay. He shuffles over to Jeff's body.
I shoot Jeff's body.
Looks like this is it, Jeff. Okay.
I'm going to shoot Jeff's body to scare him.
Let's see your ranged light. What's your... I want to see if you actually hit his body or not.
I do too.
Ranged light is agility. Your agility is 3. We'll assume that you're good on the practice range. So we'll say triple yellow, 2 purple. Should be an easy shot.
Oh, yeah.
You did hit it. There is a threat. Something bad happens.
Was he wearing a detonator that I hit?
He...
Oh, no.
Oh. Ooh, you know what? You said it. That's what happens.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you hit a detonator. So what happens essentially in slow motion, it explodes. It's not like a huge one, but Clyde gets taken out at the legs and he falls down. The blast knocks down everybody else in the room. Furniture breaks apart and goes flying. Everyone's hearing kind of goes out for a second, and there's a lot of smoke in the room as everyone tries to regain what's going on.
Somebody saved the recorder. I sounded really good on that one.
I will start crawling through the debris on my hands and knees, trying to find the comm unit.
You see it. It's essentially it's about 2 meters away from you, underneath an empty bucket.
Yeah, I'll snatch it up then.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, as you are crawling to it, what is everybody else doing?
I am trying to find where Clyde's feet went since they got blowed off.
By a staggering coincidence, Clyde's feet actually flew across the room near the dresser where he was, but they went into the bottom of the dresser and landed nicely in a pair of slippers. So
I'm just going to close the door and let him be. That sounds like my closet guy's problem.
The concussion has, or the blast probably gave me a concussion. So since I was already not feeling great before, I am back to feeling sick. So I'm just sort of wobbly all over the place and looking for a bucket. Do you want me to do a bucket check?
You see, the first bucket you see is the one that is resting on top of the comlink.
Oh,
that
no.
pan of sludge is crawling towards. You're both equidistant away from this bucket/comlink situation. Clyde, on the other hand, he's still conscious. He only has one working arm, and both his legs are in a bad way. He's pulling himself out of the room very, very slowly, leaving a little snail trail of blood.
Well, someone's going to have to clean that up. I'm going to go turn the droid back on.
The droid powers back on. He's still turtled, though, so he's just kind of flailing.
I try to pick him up.
You're buff enough that it works. He
Yes.
gets up. Yes, what's I'll get on that right away.
I need these dead bodies taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Use the stretchers.
Meanwhile, Panna and Blaskowitz are crawling towards their goals.
Yes.
I want to see who gets there first. So, this is going to be agility based.
All right.
Kurt, I want you to roll green, green, purple, purple, black.
Bam.
And don't do it yet. I want you to roll them both at the same time.
Okay.
And Evan is going to roll yellow, yellow, purple, purple, black because, he's fit. But add another black, Evan, because you're drunk, and add another
And
black
concussed.
because you're concussed.
Wait, so I've got 3 blacks now?
Yeah.
Okay.
One black is for all the debris on the floor. One is for being drunk. One is for being concussed.
Okay.
All right, roll them. So
Okay.
Mine wasn't very good, but yours was a lot worse.
Mine was
Kurt had one
bad.
success, and Evan just straight up failed. So Blaskowitz crawls and just goes face down, face plants into like the couch leg, and throws up right there. Hannah Sludge, on the mean hand, he manages to get to the bucket and the comm device.
Ah, yes, now I've proven my value as a business partner.
It is rescued. And I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, Blastowitz. Every time. Literally every
droid
time
is,
we
I'm
have
I'm
a
just
party.
doing my job.
The droid has Clyde in a fireman's carry, and as he's exiting the room, he's like, someone might want to put him on his side next to a vomit bucket.
I'll kind of roll him over with my toe.
The droid has left the room with Clyde.
All right. Well, that's a couple problems taken care of. We have the holocast
Another successful mission.
saved. All right. Let's go
The
get
chef
hammered.
comes into the the chef comes into the room. He's holding 2 bottles of champagne. He's like, "Hey, it looks like another good party, huh?" And then credits roll.
And we all go,
Look at the camera. Like Blaskowitz from the floor just kind of props up on his elbow, looks at the camera. The dead guy in the corner goes, Epilogue is because the droid was still on Clyde's team, he just saved him, got him out of there, gave him some fake legs, and
some Darth Maul legs.
they reported on what happens. MOFF
imagining-
publishes.
Like each foot is its own, like 8 spider legs on the end.
Clyde went on to publish a recount of what happened that night on MOFF GOSS, and it got 15 likes. And
It's personal best.
There's like 2 people out there who are like really worked up about the kind of crap that happens in the MOFF residence. And that's how our story ends.
And I think maybe the camera like pulls out on, we're like standing on the bridge of a starship, like overlooking where construction is being done on the Star Muncher, because we ended up really liking the idea. We're like, actually, let's just build it. And the Imperial March plays.
And instead of my slippers, I'm wearing Clyde's feet now as slippers.
And I'm just carrying a bucket, ready for the next time.
All right. Well, that is this episode of Clumsy and Random. Thank you, Kurt, for joining us. Thanks, Evan. And thank you, Jordan,
Oh,
for
absolutely. I
Yay.
appreciate you
joining us
guys
this time.
having me on.
Also, you guys never figure out who killed Jeff, which is fine. I was like, we can try to do like a mansion murder mystery.
The world may never know.
No, didn't even go anywhere close to that.
Which is fine. I like where it went. So it's a lot of fun.
I
Jordan, do you have anything you want to plug?
Just the usual stuff. Always check me out on Cinelinx.com for movie and game news and editorials. And of course, I run a charity called Real Outreach, where we send foster kids to the latest movie releases and hook them up with concession packs and stuff like that, and give them an opportunity to enjoy Night at the Movies that they don't normally get. You can see pictures from past events on our website, realoutreach.com, or follow us on Twitter at Real Outreach, REEL, as in like a movie reel. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Kurt, do you care if people find you on Twitter?
Sure, I'm at Mythical Mothman if you want to see some minis, games, pictures occasionally.
And we already know enough about Evan, I think.
Probably more
Evan,
than you
got-
ever wanted to know.
Evan, why don't you hit us up with all that JodoCast information that we should say?
Oh, dang. Okay. Well, if you want to find out more about us, you want to find links to all of our social media, just go over to jodocast.com. Most especially, go over to the Patreon link so you can see all the ways you can help us and all the ways we say thank you. Also, follow the link to the Discord where we are on basically 24/7, ready to talk with you about everything. And thank you, patrons. You're the best. You make the world go round.
Yeah. We had a couple listening in on this episode because patrons can listen to us while we record.
Oh, God.
They can listen to us live and unedited.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And
So-
very often,
I'm sorry.
Like on a regular episode, they can turn the tide of conversation. Like on a dime, they can just drop vomit gifs into chat and derail the entire thing.
All right, so thanks again,
oh,
everybody.
here it comes. Oh, no, not quite.
Till next time,
Nice.
stay clumsy.
That's actually not too bad. That's going on a t-shirt.